Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Freedom Friday. This is your girl, Shay, the Hope Strategist. And I'm coming on here real quick to talk to you all about something really important, really serious. So, if you are triggered easily by hearing the words, financial freedom, financial independence, being your own boss, working for yourself, like if that triggers you in any way negatively, then this isn't the live for you. So I'm coming on here and, I labeled this, or I titled this, "What is income protection?" Because I honestly feel like people, might use that terminology loosely. Some might not even know really what it means, but I'm going to tell you what it means for me. So I had a discussion with someone today, and I was just talking to him, and we were talking about, the statistic that was put out there in Black Enterprise recently. Okay. So, hey, for those of you just jumping on, hey, Martinette, that's my girl, hold my hand sister, one of my fellow generals. How are you doing, Queen? Yes, yes. Hey, beautiful. So we were talking about the statistic that came out in Black Enterprise, and I'm sure you've heard it by now. If you haven't, you've been living under a rock, in terms of Black wealth. And they're showing that if trends continue, the median wealth for Black Americans will fall to zero by the year 2053. Now, I read this before I heard this from one of my mentors. So one of my mentors is multimillionaire Stormy Wellington, who's a young lady, a very powerful young woman who made her millions in network marketing, right? And what I really appreciate and love about her is how she reaches back to everyone. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Martinette, not on my watch. And let me tell you, that's why I'm on here today. So what I love about Coach Stormy is that she reaches back and she says, I'm going to help anyone who's coachable, who's willing, who's hungry, who wants it bad. I'm going to help them, and I'm going to show them exactly what I did, how I did it, how I got my financial freedom, how I got my financial independence. And she's offering the shortcuts, right? Because at the end of the day, if someone can show you how they made their millions, their multi-millions, and you can surpass a lot of the obstacles that they had to go through, like why wouldn't you take them up on that knowledge? Okay. So I've just learned that you have to put yourself in the right environments. You have to get the right mentors. You have to listen to the right people, and you have to take the right type of action. And as Martinette just said, not on my watch. I made a decision, and it really seeped into my heart and soul and spirit this year, 2024, that not on my watch am I going to allow Black wealth to fall to zero. We are the largest consumers. We have the most buying power than any other ethnicity. Okay. But the problem is we're the biggest consumers of everybody else's things. Okay. So we're spending all this money to make sure that we're keeping up with the Joneses. We're buying the nice cars. We're buying the nice clothes. We're buying these shoes. And hey, and there's nothing wrong with buying nice things if you have it like that. But before we start investing all this money into other people, into other brands, into other businesses, why don't we invest in ourselves first? Because your mind is your greatest asset. So you've got to make sure you're good before you make sure everybody else is good. When you hear the term pay yourself first, that's exactly what they're talking about. If you are a W-2 employee, you and I both know that Uncle Sam makes sure that he gets his money off the rip. All right? Uncle Sam has not worked the hours that you have worked. He is not coming to your job and saying, scoot over, let me do this for you. Okay, Uncle Sam is not coming to your house and taking care of your bills. He is not making sure your kids are taken care of and have the best education. Uncle Sam is not taking you to the doctor's office and paying your medical bills for you. Like, Uncle Sam is not doing that, okay? You do that. For those of us who are out here working full part-time jobs, whatever, you're working for somebody else, like, make sure that you are paying yourself first. What does that look like? That looks like investing, okay? That looks like making sure that you are teamed up with the right people, such as financial advisors who can tell you, like, hey, this is where you need to put your money. I'm not a financial advisor, so I definitely can't advise you on that, but I can point people in the right direction. I can tell you the steps that I'm taking, what I'm doing to ensure that my income, my finances are protected, that my family is good. So that's why I'm here. Hey, Roger, how are you doing, love? So that's why I'm here. For those of you that are just joining, I'm talking about income protection. I'm talking about making sure that we are protecting our income. One of the best ways to do that is to make sure that you have life insurance. Okay, tell me this. For those of you who work a 9 to 5 or whatever your job hours are, if you work a job, okay, if your company shut down tomorrow, how long would you be able to survive on the money that you have saved up? If you have a savings account, do you have an emergency fund? Do you have an investment accounts? Do you have a nest egg put away? Do you have money stored away for, 6 months, 12 months, a year? Could you afford to sit and do nothing for 6 months? Hell, could you do it for 3? Let's just be real. Could you even do it for 3 months? What about 1 month? Most people, if something happened to their jobs today, would not be able to sit back and just coast off of what they have in their checking and savings accounts for an indefinite period of time. Okay? And I'm not talking about unemployment. No. I'm talking about sitting back and chilling and being able to survive off of your income. If you honestly can't say that you could sit back and coast for a good two to 5 years, you need to be listening to what I'm saying. You need to find out what it is that I'm doing. You need to make sure that you are talking to someone who can point you in the right direction. Okay? So, do you have investments? Are you putting your money to work for you, or are you just working for your money? All right. So, and not all life insurance is created equal. So let me be very clear about that. Okay. I'm talking about term life insurance, which is the best. It is the most valuable. Okay. It is affordable, and it's going to provide you the most value. Why? Because it's not as expensive as, the whole life, the cash value insurance. Plus, we teach you, and by we, I mean the people that I'm connected with. I'm talking about myself. Okay. We teach you how to buy term and invest the difference. So the amount of money that you would pay for a whole life insurance policy, you're going to instead buy term for less, and then that difference you're going to use and you're going to invest it. You're going to put it into an investment account that's yielding you a high interest rate. Okay, I'm talking about higher than what the banks and credit unions and that sort of thing, because let's just be very clear, those interest rates are very small. Most of the time they're not even 1%. They might go up to 2%, maybe 3%, but your typical bank, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, whatever, they're not offering you any high percentage. Now, they're making money, absolutely, off of the money that we put into their accounts. Because please believe what they do when we put our money into their accounts, they use our money and they invest. Okay, they're making money, but they're reaping the benefits of our money going into the bank and they're not giving us nowhere near the rightful percentage that we deserve. Okay. So I'm saying cut out the middle person and let's start making sure that we're paying ourselves first. Everybody else is making sure that they get paid before we do, but we're the ones doing the work. That's backwards, right? So you've got to have term life insurance, because if something happens to you tomorrow, what's going to happen to your family? For those of you that have family members that depend on you, okay, for their livelihood, if you have small children, or even larger children, you have children in high school or whatever, children going to college. For those of you running on a two-person household, 2 incomes, all right, like that's great. But if both of you if both of you are using your income to run the household, if one of you loses their income or something happens, heaven forbid, to that person and they're no longer there, now the other person who is, behind not only has to mourn the loss of a partner, the loss of a helpmate, that's a huge gap, but now they also have to face a financial gap if there's no income protection going on. So I'm just here really just to tell all of you, we've got to be smarter about our finances. It's time out for sitting back and going, oh, I just, inflation is high, life be life, and I just don't know. I mean, do something about it. Get educated. The next time someone comes to you and says, hey, let's sit down and look at your financial plan. Let's find out your financial independence number. What is that? What is a FIN, financial independence number? That's the amount of money that you would need to live out the rest of your life. Okay? If you stop working, what are your expenses right now? Let's find out what that is. And let's find out how much money you would need to be able to live out the rest of your days. So once you get your financial independence number, okay, this is the amount of money I have to make in order to be able to walk away from working for somebody else. And people are obtaining their financial independence number. There are people that are doing it, and they don't have to have college degrees. They don't have to be, Wall Street masters. They don't have to have, all this experience in finances. No. There are resources. There is a way that you can find out, hey, what is it that the common person is doing? Because there are people who are living very, very well right here in America. Okay. There are people you probably know and you just wow, I can't believe that. Yeah, they're not flashy. They don't, they're not balling out of control. They're not making it rain or anything like that, but they live very comfortably because they've learned the principles of saving, investing, income protection, term life insurance. Okay. They understand these principles very, very well. So I'm here to talk to you, educate you all about income protection, term life insurance, making sure that you are taking care of yourself and your family, putting yourself in a position where you no longer have to depend on a job. All right. Listen, I'm not bashing jobs. I work full time. Okay. But I know at the end of the day, that is not going to get me wealthy. That is not going to leave me rich. And I want to make sure that if something were to happen to me, I want to make sure my family is taken care of. I want to make sure that they're not left in a lurch trying to feel the burden of any debt that I've left behind. Okay. And that's really important. And we have to have these conversations. No one likes to talk about what if, and when, and this, but we know that it's going to happen to everyone. And it's better if you're prepared than if you're on the back end trying to figure out, oh, what do I do now? So be smart about it. Get in touch with me. I am absolutely looking for people who are self-motivated, who are looking to find another means of income, who want to be financially independent, who want to be debt-free, who want to help their families, who want to first and foremost help themselves, okay? Because you got to help yourself. Like they say, you got to put that oxygen mask down on yourself first before you reach over to help somebody else. So who want to help themselves and then also want to help others gain financial independence and financial freedom. As we said earlier, the Black median wealth is not going to fall to zero on my watch, all right? No one can say that's in my radius, in my circle, that I didn't talk to them about finding a way, having a way, making a way to get financially independent and debt-free. No one, not on my watch. All right, so reach out to me. I'm here on IG at ShayHope _ and Shay is spelled SHAY. I'm also at The Hope Strategist 2019 on IG. And I'm on Facebook, ShayHope. You can contact me as well, 786-269-2601. That is my business number. It is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Feel free to text, leave a message. If you are serious about getting involved in your financial independence and getting financially free today, right now, contact me. All right. Blessings, everyone.